don't ever follow into brujeria. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is your girl Nata back again with another spooky video. If you're new here, hi, welcome to this random ass channel. It's mainly spooky, but just be prepared for anything. And if you're not new, welcome back. I fucking love you guys. Okay, so this is gonna be a spooky video. So the page that I usually read from finally uploaded some stories and I'm ready for it. Before we get into this video, please be sure to give this a thumbs up, comment down some love. If you have any scary stories, please share them. I want to do a video sharing everybody's paranormal stories. Let's get on to the video. And always remember to watch this in the dark because it does not make sense to watch this with light on. And remember, there's always somebody behind you or under you or maybe even both. I would check if I was you. Alright, and before we also get into the actual video, I always forget to say this, but please get comfortable. Get really comfortable to get scared. Like, just get really comfortable because you're gonna get shit scared right now. But yeah, just get your munchies, chill out. If you want, just put your headphones and just do what you gotta do. You can even be cleaning and just hear what I'm talking about. Like, you know, like kind of think of it as a little podcast because it is just purely audio right now. I'm not ready to add context or anything. Just you know, put your headphones, have fun, enjoy the video. This is from an anonymous person. This happened recently, and I was barely told about this page. I went into the Mercy Hospital with two friends. We explored it, and nothing unusual happened. That night, when I got home, I had a dream about the hospital. It wasn't a scary dream, it was strange. I remember in my dream that the hospital had dim lights, empty halls, broken stuff, but there was patients in the rooms, moaning in pain and some calling out for help. As I was walking the hallway and looking into the rooms, I would see nuns standing over patients. I would say they were praying over them. A few other nights, I had similar dreams of that hospital and nuns walking around the halls, helping patients while the building was falling apart more and more. I saw a group of them crying in what seemed to be in a room full of dying flowers. When I got near them to ask what was happening, I heard a few say how sad they felt about how the building was crumbling to the ground. It was taking the patients with it. I remember walking a very long and dark hall and the patients were calling out for help. I was ignoring them, and as I would pass by the room, I could hear them yell and say how they were trapped in there and they needed prayers. My last dream about the hospital after going in one time was March 19th. My dream was the same, but this time there were no patients, only nuns. They were all running around the hospital trying to hold up the walls as they were falling down. How the roof was caving in on them, and I tried to help them, but they told me to stay out of before the hospital consumes me and I can never get out. I got scared in my dream that I forced myself to wake up. When I woke up, I called my parents to tell them my weird dreams and also how they could be. And also, how could they be, because I went into the hospital back in January and they told me it could have been the nuns who worked there. I didn't know they had nuns there. I wasn't born when the hospital was open. I didn't know about the hospital at all until a friend of mine told me about it. Then my mom sent me a picture of the nuns outside the hospital. I can't say those were the exact same ones that I saw in my dreams, but they were about the same amount. Does anyone know why I dreamt this? Like I said, it was my first time going in and I didn't know there was nuns working there. And this is a picture of the nuns. This is very creepy. I think that maybe you're a part like medium or something, and you maybe even what's the word? What's that word? I'm gonna have to try to find it. Where you like get an out of body experience and your soul like leaves your body when you're asleep, and it probably traveled with the realm. Your soul probably traveled inside to the Mercy Hospital and saw the spirits of the hospital. I think that's what happened. This is another story from an anonymous person. I no longer live in Laredo since 2000, but I used to know this woman who would rent a house she would call Casa Embrujada. I know for sure it's in Laredo by the old abandoned hospital if it's still there. Not sure if it's right in front of a few streets down. Well, the lady used to work with me. She would have rented for $500 a month. The house belonged to her grandmother's friend. I remember she would always tell everyone what her tenants would report to her. For the time I knew her, 3 to 4 years, she had over 15 tenants. I never saw the house or know exactly where it's at, but all I know it's by the hospital. I remember she would tell us that all her tenants would see a huge black shadow walking outside the house. She also would get complaints about banging on all the windows at a certain time. Anyone in Laredo know which house it is? I told my stepson all about it, and he's willing to go with his girlfriend to Laredo and look for the house. I no longer talk to the lady who rents the house or if the house exists. I think I know which one. They had posted a picture about it a while ago, and that it was just really, I think it's just the whole energy of that neighborhood. It carries out too much soul. And if you guys are from Laredo, Texas, and you know exactly what house she's talking about, comment down below. Okay, this one is a story with a little bit of a backstory. It is kind of creepy. Taken about 15 years ago by a friend of mine who's a security guard at a hospital in Baltimore County, who was working by himself during the graveyard shift and saw this at the end of the hallway. Looks to be a woman with a dress on. The face is solid, but you can see through the rest of her. This is way before ghost apps. I believe it was taken in 2009. This picture always creeped me out. It's not a very clear picture, but I think the figure itself is very clear. Let me know what you guys think about that picture, because I don't know. I just try to be a debunker nowadays because I just don't want to put my full heart in believing everything. So I try to tell myself, I can't fully believe everything because I am a very gullible person. So that is something I'm trying to work on. Okay, this is from another anonymous person. Okay, everybody with the what's the word? Everybody's always with the animosity. How do you say it? I don't know. I need to start reading books again because, bitch, my boyfriend made me stupid. Okay, anonymous. I hired a lady to clean my house in August 2021. I had asked on a Facebook group, and some lady came out saying she had experience in cleaning houses and she really needed the job, so I hired her. She did her job just right. It wasn't until October, which is 2 months in, when I noticed she was acting different. She had the same routine, but when I would ask her if she can help me bring in groceries or help me sort out things in the pantry, she would give attitude to me. I didn't like how she was being all of a sudden, and then she hit my cat with a mop. I caught her doing it. I brought it up to her attention, and she said she didn't mean it and claimed she didn't see her. I told her how couldn't she see a big cat laying in the middle of the living room. She started to argue with me. I had enough of her attitude, and I paid her for that day, and I told her not to come back again. She told me off, and I don't know what she said, but she was walking out my door and sounded like Spanish, but it wasn't Spanish at all. I mean, I know Spanish very well. She turned around and said I will pay for it. That night I had a nightmare. Very dark, weird nightmare that I woke up at 3:40 a.m. and couldn't go back to sleep. The next night I experienced what I think was sleep paralysis. I was awake but couldn't move. I remember trying to look, and I saw her standing in my bedroom door looking at me. As I closed my eyes to pray, I ended up falling to sleep. The next day I felt so sick to my stomach, headaches and stomach pains. Okay, first of all, let's pause. Y'all know if you have watched my previous videos, or even in general, even if you haven't watched my videos before, you just know what the fuck, you know what happened to her. She's paying for it, which she shouldn't have to. She wasn't even in the wrong. Fucking witches, guys. I fucking hate witches. They're such bitches. A few days later, feeling a bit better, I decided to clean around. When taking out the trash can from the trash drawer in the kitchen, I noticed a small mason jar with yellow liquid inside, a picture of my family, some nails, some small black balls that looked like pepper, and seeds. The jar was behind the trash can. I never taken the trash can out, but there was a foul smell coming from the drawer, so I thought it was the trash. It was actually the jar. It was sealed with what I think was a black candle wax. The jar was about the size of 5 inches tall. I ended up opening it and throwing everything out, tossing it in a garbage bin behind a local store. I didn't want it near my house. Lately, I've been feeling weird in a sick way. I've gone to the doctor and nothing. My husband ended up getting fired, and his truck suddenly stopped working out of town, causing him to be stranded in a different state. Him losing his wallet, and his dad being hospitalized due to suffering a stroke. My daughter's boyfriend ended up in a really bad car crash during work and is hospitalized. All that happened right after I threw the jar out. I wasn't gonna keep that stuff still in the jar. My intentions were to stop what she did to us. So I poured everything out in a bag and then threw it away as far as I can. When I threw it, I said for it to return 10 times worse to the person who did this to us. I said a prayer and I rinsed my hands with holy water from the church of San Juan that my sister gave me. My sister said it should have been burned, and her daughter said I should have taken it to someone who knows so they can know what to do. Did I make a mistake? I needed advice and help. Is there worse to come? My husband wants me to call the lady and confront her, but I feel like she would do more harm to us if I do. It had to be her. No one else comes into my house unless it's the ones that live here. I believe she had placed a jar the moment she started to act strange with me. Her vibes are really off and you could feel them. I would, if it's because my only solution is not legal and I don't want you to get in trouble too, but you know what they would do to witches back in the day? I think that needs to come back. You know, not to all of the witches. Some witches are respectable and they keep their distance and they just do what they want to do without harming anyone. But the ones that cause harm deserve what would be done to them if it were back in Salem times. I'm just saying, if you're a bad witch, you need to be a burned bitch. I'm gonna be praying for you and hopefully you did dispose of it the right way. I know most of the time you just need to burn everything that was there. Nowadays, it just has to be someone wishing the worst on you and they don't even, and that's already a spell. Like literally, if somebody is such a bitch, that's already a spell. I don't fucking know. Like, good luck. Good luck, Charlie. This is another story from someone else, and this is not an anonymous person. This is from someone named Leticia or Leticia. I think Leticia because we're Spanish, and this is a Spanish page from Laredo, Texas. So let's say Leticia, and I'm gonna read her story. Let me just drink some water because, bitch, I'm tired and thirsty. I have only had an hour and a half of sleep. I think an hour and a half or 2 hours, but I'm so fucking tired. But I got so excited because I got this mic and my sleepiness is like very minimum now. I'm not that tired, sweetie, and I just got out of an 8-hour, almost 9-hour shift. I think I'm gonna do ASMR. Damn, I'm be breathing hella heavy. I've been debating. Bitch, why can't I fucking... I've been debating on telling my story, but I need opinions or suggestions. I have a 7-year-old daughter. She's very well behaved and she has always been honest with me. A few days ago, she was in her room crying. When I walked in to see what she was doing, she tried to cover her tears. I was very concerned. When I asked her why she was crying, she said the little doll boy scares her. I freaked out, as you should. I'm a huge believer in the paranormal. I asked for details and she said that she has been seeing a boy doll pop out from the closet and walks to her and pulls her hair. I'm so not fucking prepared for this. I searched her whole closet and she doesn't have dolls. She has a few Build-A-Bear stuff. Bears from previous birthday gifts. But she said it's not that. My husband decided to remove them all. And he took her old toy box and put it in the garage that evening. That night, around 11, I heard her crying out loud. We got to her room to find she has her cheek red. I asked her if she saw the thing again and she said yes, and that it bit her in the face. She did have a small bite-looking mark on her left side cheek. She cried and she said he was mad that she told on him. Apparently, she has been seeing this boy doll toy for a few days. He appeared on her one day. I know my daughter, she won't make up things. I'm really scared. It's been a few days and we staged the house, especially her room and closet. She sleeps with me in the room and my husband sleeps in her room. He's yet to find anything, but he says he feels uneasy. He doesn't know if it's because that thing is around or the way my daughter described it. She says it's a boy as small as a doll. She said it was almost like the height of a Build-A-Bear but looks like a kid. This is the first time I've heard of this. We have been living in this house for 5 years. Brand new, moved in. I heard a few noises and unexplained things like four times in the 5 years living here. Now I'm concerned. Okay, first thing that pops to my fucking mind is a duende. A lot of people agree with me on this. Like, I'm looking at the comments. Honestly, your daughter has a duende. I have 2 duendes in my room, but they are controlled, I think. I don't think that they're real. And if they are real, I am only going to be their friend. Fuck that. I don't know. Like the decorational duendes, like they're cute. But when I think about the real ones, like I just respect them. Like even these, sometimes I think that they're real, even though they're in my room. I'm gonna show you guys. Look, that is what I'm seeing. That is what I'm seeing. And I just have respect for them. They're cute, but the real ones are not. I don't know. I don't understand that. I don't understand. Is it like I don't understand that. Like I'm so afraid of duendes, but I buy them for decor. I have a Halloween and right now I have the Easter. I have them both out because I don't want them to be like locked away. I feel like I'm disrespecting them. But I don't understand that. Can you guys explain that shit to me? Like I'm so afraid of the thought of duendes, but why the fuck did I buy the decorational ones? I just hope they look like that in real life, because if they look scary, Dobby from fucking Harry Potter is so fucking scary. But I kind of stopped being afraid of him after I saw this TikTok where it's like, Dobby's fucking pregnant. I don't know if you guys heard that AI TikTok sound. I'm gonna try to put it here, and if I don't, you're gonna have to find it. Just search up TikTok. Like, go to TikTok, search up Dobby's pregnant, and you're gonna hear the AI sound like Dobby's fucking pregnant, and then you're gonna hear like fetus deletus, and he's like talking about stuff like that. Like, it's fucking funny, and I'm not that afraid of him, but he looks so. I had nightmares of Dobby, and I never fully watched a Harry Potter, but I don't know, just these foreign looking fucking things, like these tiny little people that have a weird droopy face. It just scares me. Like, it's not fucking normal to look like that. And I don't know, I just feel like those kinds of things just are not afraid of poking your asshole. I am gonna try to read all of these stories because I genuinely, like, I'm praying that this page is gonna be consistent again, because they had stopped posting for a couple of days and I was getting fucking anxious because that's my content. And I always give her a shout out. You should check her out. She has almost 80. Let me see. Right now she has a little over 81,000 likes, and she has almost 100,000 followers. Wow, guys. She's like doing it. She's doing it. Okay, guys. This is from an anonymous person. You and your fucking anonymous people. I would do that too. No, you know what? I wouldn't. I kind of want to share my story with her, but I'm not that good at typing. You know what she should do? She should interview people like on live. Let me get back to the video. This happened back in the 70s. My grandma used to always go every Friday to Nuevo Laredo to get limpias from a bruja. I was about 8 to 10 years old, and I have faint memories of where the house was at. I remember this house was made from brick blocks and it was 3 stories high. The top having one room and a huge patio. The lady who would do her limpias in the first floor. This one time I went, I was told to stay in the living room while my grandma went into the room to get her limpia done. Right next to that room was another room, more like a closet with no door. As I was in the living room waiting, I see a head pop out of that dark room. I remember it peeked out and back in. I got curious and got up to get closer. As I was walking closer, a black full body apparition came out and ran up the stairs. I freaked out that I yelled. I remember it was a black figure running up out in daylight in front of me, and up the stairs very fast. Faster than an average person. My grandma and lady came out of the room and I told them what I saw, and the lady said the figure I saw was her helper, that it was a spirit she uses to help with her brujeria, that he stays in the third floor in the room at the very top guarding their house and helps get rid of evil stuff that people may bring into her home. Since then, I never wanted to go back with your grandma. Okay, the question is, you say that you never wanted to go back with your grandma, so you're just saying that, or did you actually not go anymore? Because I want to know, how the fuck would you go back? I wouldn't even want to hang out with my grandma. Guys, don't ever follow into brujeria. It's fucking scary. It's like, even if you know what you're doing, like, good luck. Damn, I breathe so fucking heavy, bitch. This is another, I think this is just like a random statement. I don't know if it's like someone, I don't know, it's just a random post. I think somebody shared it, or no, this is actually the person of the page sharing a statement and a question. Rumor has it that some people in the high school, never mind, I don't know whose post this is, but she's posted it, so it's probably someone. Rumor has it that some people in the high school I go to practice devil worshipping in the old abandoned hospital. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all are doing if you keep doing this shit. This is so stupid. Personally, I've seen pictures and videos on Snapchat by my friends who are friends with these individuals. They use Ouija boards, candles, and other random stuff. Okay, Ouija board does not signify devil worship all the time. People just play that shit to just talk to their dead Grammy or fuck around. Ouija boards does not always signify, because there's people who know how to use it, which are scary people or dumb people. So you cannot just say that that's... And candles is just to... It's like a seance, but that doesn't always signify devil worshipping. Okay. I strongly don't believe in those things, but I sure love to read about it. Just find it scary that they go into that ugly building to do all that. I mean, to each their own, but I believe that the building itself holds too many lost souls, and with them, messing with that can cause something evil to get attached or open something. What is your thoughts about it? What are your thoughts about it? Type it right. Yeah, like I said, devil worshipping does not really always... Devil worshipping doesn't always signify with Ouija boards. Ouija boards are used by a lot of different people. Different people meaning dumbass people, scary people, or actually like some people can be devil worshipping or like just talking to demons and shit like that, but doesn't always signify devil worshipping. So to me it just sounds like people just trying to fuck around and talk to dead people. Doesn't seem too demonic. Okay, this is gonna be the last story. This is gonna be the last story for this video, because I know it's I don't like, I have more to read, but I want to not read all of them. This is from an anonymous person. I have had dreams of black figures with no faces, just all black figures since I was 17 to 21 years old, and recently started back up again now that I'm 25. The worst one being when I was 19. I woke up and literally saw at the end of my bed a manly black figure lift up my covers to get in bed with me. Bitch, that's just like a cuddly duddly baby. I yelled at the top of my lungs and made myself into a ball on the opposite side of the bed in the corner while crying. My parents stormed in, and my mom said when she turned on the lights, my eyes were closed like I was still asleep. It felt so real. I know I saw my bed cover being lifted. After that, many black figures still continued, most of them being men, usually standing over me or at the end of my bed. I don't know why, but I feel like this is like giving PTSD vibes. Maybe I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up. I've had my room blessed many times. My parents built our home so it wasn't like a haunted house, but you could have built it on haunted land. So just because you built a house don't mean it's not haunted, because maybe you built the house on Apache land, or I don't know, you built it on some native land. So we moved in when I was 7, and before it was just fields. The figures didn't start until I was 17. One of them being where my dream I saw a snake by my window. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't in bed anymore, but by my window, standing with my hands up, like I was trying to grab the snake from my dream. After dealing with it for 2 years, I would still see the black figures, and they have nightmares. But I would tell them to leave me alone, or that they weren't really there. After a while, it completely stopped for about 4 years. I got married 2 years ago and moved to a different town 3 hours from home. I wake up yelling again from the black figures. Sometimes my husband says I'm fighting them in my dreams with my eyes closed while I'm talking and moving my hands in fist form. I never see faces, just all black figures. Sometimes I just wake up yelling and crying, not even being able to recall my nightmare. But I know a black figure scared me. I have never wronged anyone or think of anyone who would ever want to do brujeria on me. So part of me thinks that it can't be brujeria. I've been told to go to a bruja to get a cleanse, but I'm scared to open doors to other spirits, considering the ones I'm already dealing with now. Does anyone know what the black figures might be or why they keep bothering me? Somebody said it's sleep paralysis. It could be that. Yeah, it could be sleep paralysis, or maybe it could be sleep paralysis, or she could be that she's gifted and the spirits are just fucking with her. Maybe she's like haunted with a spirit because she just keeps seeing black shadows. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, guys. That is just so creepy. You guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But without further ado, that is already the end of this video. If you guys did enjoy, please give it a thumbs up and leave some love down in the comments below. Comment if you have any similar stories or any paranormal stories that you guys want to share, because I will be reading them and I will include them in my videos and shout you out if you want me to. But I'm very, very excited. These are very weird stories. I wasn't that afraid today because I'm half asleep. I feel like there's something under my bed. What's that? Oh, I got scared because of that shit. It looks like somebody. But yeah, just if you're on your bed and you have something on, like, I don't know, I just feel like there's something with you right now, so just be careful. Yeah. All right.